guys? Today is episode 457, I believe. It's January 18, 2020. 2025, 2:46 p.m. What's up? So today what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is actually record the Allegiant Excellence podcast. So there's a little bit of before and after of how I recorded, me actually pausing and editing and stuff like that. Because the Allegiant Excellence podcast is, I take more time to come up with topics and to think of things, and I try to be a lot more, I try to gather my thoughts a little bit better so I'm not all over the place. Because if you're familiar with how I run this goddamn show, the amount of times where I have to pause the recording and then rewind 30 seconds to remember what I was just talking about, and then fast forward 30 seconds to click play and then continue talking. I do that all the time. So that's one thing that I don't want to do on the other show. The other show I deem is more professional, more focused on the quality and delivering actionable real life value and things that people can take away and implement into their life. So that's that. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to record. I'm going to talk on this show. I got some things I want to talk about. And then I'm going to just start the other show, and then I'll just splice it, and then it'll be two different episodes. So it might actually be kind of weird when I edit it inside voice memos because it'll be one file. No, I'll probably still, I'm still going to cut up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this, and then quite literally, so pause, done, click record immediately. So that you guys know I'm not bullshitting. And if you think I'm bullshitting, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, my intentions are very pure. I just want to document the shit, and that's the whole point. So if you think I'm bullshitting, dude, I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, dude. But anyway, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, today, what I did was I went nuts so I'm building a handbook for Mina. I'm trying to build it out so that it has everything that a client could possibly need, which is really cool because, I'm building this thing out and I will absolutely use this for myself. And I'm going to make it into my own thing, make it the color coding and the logo and the branding and stuff like that for my clients because this shit's about to be nice. Okay. And it's cool because all I'm doing is coming up with different things that a client might need to know, or just get a quick gist of something, putting into ChatGPT, giving it a very specific prompt, and then having it pump out the information in steps and in very educational format. And pretty cool. That's what I'm doing. So I'm just doing a lot of that. I've got about almost 10,000 words in this handbook. And the goal is not to make it long in a goddamn book for the client to read, but the goal is to make it very helpful. So the idea is to put it all into ChatGPT. The goal is to put everything into the document, everything I could possibly think of, then go through it, trim it up, take out the fatty parts, take out the parts that are stupid, that don't make sense, whatever, and then put that into an app. It's called Gamma. And what that app does is it formats everything to be one giant ebook or one big, beautiful PDF or presentation or slide deck. Just think of Microsoft PowerPoint on absolute roids and much quicker. That's what it is. So that's the idea. So I'm just going to get very crystal clear on everything there. That's what I've been working on today for him. And I spent about an hour and a half doing that. I still need to put in another hour and a half of work to reach my weekly minimum hours because I am not going to hit those if I don't put in at least an hour, at least 100 more minutes. And I want to make sure that I hold true to the commitment that I made with him. So the downside is that it's 250, and days like today, man, I feel like I've had so much time. I mean, I've had 10 hours in 10 minutes. But it just doesn't feel like I've had 10 hours. It feels like I don't know. It just feels like I've done maybe 2 hours worth of work. And it's a really weird feeling because I feel like I've been really good today, but maybe not. I don't know. But whatever. Also had to fix a podcast that was uploaded wrong yet again. It's my third one in the last, 2 weeks worth of episodes where there's one audio that's overlaid with another. So halfway through the show, someone's listening, and then there's another podcast that also starts playing simultaneously. So it's like I'm playing two tracks at once and you hear both tracks at the same time. And no good. Definitely don't want that. So I had 2 people actually reach out to me within 5 minutes of one another telling me that it was fucked up again. Another person reached out. So one person reached out on the podcast form, which I think is so cool, man. People are doing that shit. And so I implemented that question last time, and I said, how did you discover the podcast? And this person said organically on a podcast platform. If so, which one? Spotify. So somebody out there discovered my shit organically. And I think that's so cool, man. I mean, I know people are. I mean, I've got 4,300 downloads, whatever it is. Let's check. 4,377. What's crazy is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 episodes in a row that have 7 listens. That's really interesting. But yeah, so I mean, I've got 4,300 listens, and I know with all these different countries, I know people are discovering me organically, obviously, but it's cool to have confirmation that somebody was on Spotify browsing around. They came across mine and they said, yep, I'll listen. And then, dude, it's just so cool. So I know you're listening, dude. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the support. It's very fucking cool. And hopefully you don't get bored of me or sick of me, because I'm having a good time doing this. He also left me a shitload of feedback and gave me some systems to implement in my life. And not on this episode, but I'm going to cover this in the future. I don't know when, but it's just helpful tips and systems. That's a suggestion. Because I've talked about how I can't manage my time that well. It's just so cool. So I'm gonna cover. This is the cool part. So there's a time tracker on the form, and it says that there was about 26 minutes, and it's not him just being 100% focused on doing this form. I mean, as soon as you click open, it starts the timer. So maybe he went and got a drink or ate food, whatever, left it open. It doesn't matter. But it said it took 26 minutes, and I don't know, man, just for someone to dedicate time to my shit like that, it's very flattering, you know? So anyway, I just think that's very cool. So thank you. But I'll go over this in another episode for sure, because I think it's so cool. It's very helpful. But there's that. So the other thing is I made 4 scripts for Instagram Reels that I need to film. I also made 4 captions for those scripts. And yeah, so the shit, I think I talked about this before, but I printed a lot of stuff out at work because I don't want to use my own ink. And I just made step-by-step guides. And it's funny because the guy that sent me the message with the helpful tips, I kind of already did that, which is ironic that he already, it's pretty cool. And all I did was write out step-by-step how to do everything that I just don't want to do. So for example, how to make a reel, the step-by-step thing that I would have to do on my computer to get the caption, to get the script, to get everything perfected how I want, then how to repurpose those. So for Reels, the post in the newsletter, the client wins, the stories, the ebooks, the daily newsletter. I say that already, don't know. And then I've got the total amount of things that I would need to get done per week with a little line and a checkbox so I can check off how long it's taking me to do each one. And I'm not actually using these papers, but I am keeping track of how long certain things take me so that I have a visual and a timer, and I have to acknowledge the fact that it took me however long it took me. So for example, it took me 3 minutes, 50 seconds to make the prompt for ChatGPT. With that, and I got distracted, but I still wrote the time, 24 minutes, 54 seconds to get the ideas down, ideas that I wanted to work with, ones that I was ready to write about. And then from there, it took me 12 minutes, 16 seconds to write one idea, a script for an Instagram reel, plus a caption. And even then, they're not 100% done. I don't have a hook. I don't have any kind of call to action. They're just, so maybe it takes me longer. Second one took me 17 minutes, 21 seconds. Third one took me 12 minutes, 8 seconds, but I was distracted. I vividly remember the timer being around 5 minutes, but I started dicking off or doing something else. So it took me 12 minutes because the time that took me to start on the fourth one, that's how long it was in between. So shitty. And then the fourth one took me 8 minutes, 51 seconds. So why did it take me 17 minutes on one and then 8 minutes on the next? They're all relatively the same length. They're all very simple. They're all about the same topic. And honestly, it's just focus. So what I'm going to do more often is track my shit like that, because it also holds me accountable. It also allows me to visualize my progress. So I have a timer going right here. I always got this bad boy. Always got this bad boy. Oh, please stop. There we go. And so all I did was I would start the timer and then I would work. And then when I finish a task, pause the timer, write down how long it took me. That's it. So I'm kind of micromanaging myself, but giving myself data to improve. So if I know that it takes me 5 minutes to do X, Y, or Z, I have kind of a standard from that point forward that, okay, I did it. I did it once. What's the likelihood that I can do it again? And if I keep on getting 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 5, 6, whatever, however many minutes every time, and the average is about 6.5 minutes. That's what I can expect. So that way I can allocate my time appropriately. And that right there is what I'm kind of focusing on right now. So what I am going to do though is I'm going to dial everything back to just posting once a day. Here's the thing. I can post once a day, no problem. I can also post twice a day. It's challenging, but I can do it. But holding myself to a standard of posting twice a day creates so much friction for me. So it's harder for me to post twice a day as a result, meaning I'm not even posting once because I'm like, oh, I can't post twice. And it's just stupid logic, horrible logic. But that's what I do. So I'm just gonna pull back everything. I'm just gonna restart, baby steps, go back to day one. And I'm just gonna focus on making, I guess, 4 of everything. So, and I'm going to change that. And oh my gosh, damn, so much to talk about. So right now I have in my Todoist. So if you don't know what Todoist is, it's a free app, and it is extremely detailed, very organized, very easy to tag shit. I think I talked about this before. I've just got different boards and things that are recurring, and I can sync with Google Calendar, and that's kind of my. Sorry, there's fucking weird shit happening outside my window. They're kind of like my right and left hand man, because one is the calendar, so I can see what times I'm doing what stuff, so I know what time I can work on things, or I guess fit things in. And then the Todoist is just a way for me to organize everything that I have going on, when it needs to be done, when it's coming up, how many days I have to work on it, how many parts of it are completed. So for example, I have 7 reels ideas, 7 reels captions, 7 reels film, 7 reels edit. And within each of those, I have 7 tasks. So I can go in there and click them off. And, I'm a big visual guy, so I can see a little bar go up, 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 up. And then it'll say 7 out of 7. The app has integrated points, whatever. I guess I'm intermediate. I don't really give a fuck about that. But that's cool. Give me titles and emblems and medals for that shit, though. That's cool. And so that's what I'm doing. So they're all 7 right now. So I'm gonna taper those back. I'm gonna make 4 reels per week. 4 captions or 4 posts per week. I don't know. I know. So in my head, what's going through my head with all of this is oh shit, dude. I have so many things I want to post. It's going to take so long if I just only post once per day, because if I post 4 reels, then I can only have 3 days to post other stuff. So if I want to do social proof every other day, then is my feed just going to be social proof and then reels? That's not. I don't know. So I got to do more. So that's what's going through my head. And even saying that out loud, it makes me want to just stick with the two per day. But I don't know, man. Here's the thing. So if you look at the time that it took me to make 4 ideas, we're looking at about 50 minutes, roughly. 50 minutes, okay? This is about 50. 50 minutes for 4 videos. If you want to, we'll just say that if I get more efficient with it, it takes me 40 minutes. Okay. So 40 minutes, so 10 minutes per idea. So maybe that's what I'm at right now. That means it takes me 10 minutes for one idea, like I said. And if I have a total of 14 posts, then that's 140 minutes. So we're looking at 2 hours, 20 minutes. So that's just to write the idea, and then for the script for the reel. And I might be actually a little bit less for the other things, but we'll just do this. Let's just say it takes me 6 minutes total for every single one of these things that I need to do. So what I need to do is 7 reel ideas, 7 captions for those reels. I need to film 7 of those reels, and it's just not going to take me 6 minutes. I need to edit 7 of those reels. Okay, so take the filming and editing out. What we're going to do is move on from that for a sec. So we have 14 tasks there. And then we have posts, ideas, posts, photos, posts, captions. There's 7 of those. There's 21 plus 14. So we have 35. So 35 times 6 minutes. And that is just over 3 hours. Was that 3 hours, 24 minutes or something like that? Is that what it is? 6 minutes times 35. Oh, it's 3 hours, 3.5 hours is exactly what it is. Because 330 times 6, 180. 5 times 6, 30. Yeah, 3.5 hours. So it should take me 3.5 hours to do all that. Now, when it comes to filming and editing, we'll say it takes me 15 minutes for each of those. So a half hour per one. So we got 3.5 hours there. So total, we're at 7 hours total, which is ironic that I'm doing seven of everything. Interesting, huh? So 7 hours to do all of this. So in theory, I should be able to wake up 5 o'clock, do my shit, whatever, start actually doing this shit at 6, finish all of this shit by 1 o'clock, and have that all done for the day. That in theory, on paper, the paper math, that's how it should work. But it's just a thing for focus. And so I think that's what I ultimately need to do and what I need to optimize. So that's why I'm keeping track of this shit so that I can have an idea of how long things take me. And I might actually, I'm going to make a different sheet, print it out, different columns, and just say how long things take me. Today worked. Today was a success. I feel really good about what I did because I tracked and I can see visual. So right now, I guess the big thing for me is because earlier I said, shit, I don't know. I feel like I didn't do anything. I feel like I did good today, but I also didn't do anything. Why does it feel good? So I think it feels good. I feel accomplished because I have a visual. I'm looking at what I did and how long it took me. And I'm satisfied with how long it took me. And I feel good about that. But if I continue doing this, I'd probably feel like shit because I would think, okay, I can do much better. I can do it quicker. Why am I not doing that then? So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do from here on out because that was helpful. Today was a success and I feel really good about how it went. The other thing that happened today is I bought a new chair. I bought a new chair for my office because the current one I have makes my back feel like dog shit. And I don't want to, I don't think my posture is the greatest, but when I lean back and I'm kind of slouching, it's got this plastic middle part that just rubs right on my back and it hurts. So I bought a new chair. I talked about this the other day as well, but with the new desk coming in and all that stuff, workspace getting an upgrade, pretty hyped about that. I'm still going to keep the chair because I think it'd be nice just to have an extra place to sit. I also have that that $9 camp chair that's in here as well, so I'll have to figure out where things are going to go. I don't know. I also thought about buying a kitchen table, a kitchen table looking table, and putting it in here as well, but in the middle, so that way I have the edge of my room for the outside desk and my computer, and then I have the middle of the room for anything. I mean, I could even record the pod. No, I couldn't. Actually, I might, because here's the thing. I was looking at the Shure SMB 70 mic, I think is what it is. Let's look it up real quick. Shure SM7, whatever it is. Shure SM7B mic. It's a $400 mic. God damn. But that's the kind of mic that everybody who's doing podcasts for real has. And the quality on that bad boy is insane. Insane. But the thing is, it looks like the average price is about $350. I think I just looked at a high one. But the thing is, I believe that's just the mic. When you get a really high quality mic like that, you have to buy, I believe, I don't know what you call it. Let's see what this is. Kind of a control center, a podcast. Let's see, what is it? An audio interface. So you would have, I don't know what you call this shit. This is called a Scarlett 2i2. So you have to, think of it like a little box. Think of it like a cereal box that lays down, and you plug everything into that. Nothing goes into my computer. It records there, and I guess it does go into my computer. I don't know. I'm learning. Anyway. So yeah, it's an expensive mic, but even more expensive to get all the shit that's required. It's kind of like buying a toaster, but I also have to buy the plug that goes with it. I'm buying the plug. Yeah, it's $500, but I also got to buy the toaster. That's the whole point of the toaster. So I got to buy a toaster. It's $500. So the total is $50,000, right? And yeah, so obviously that math doesn't math, but it's exaggerated on purpose. But anyway, that's that. So that's where I was going with the kitchen table thing, if I could have that and talk on a table, which opens up the whole playing field for actually having a guest It's not what I mean is having a guest across from me sit there with another mic. I'd have to buy another mic, and it'd be, and I could film this shit. It'd be a whole setup. And that's not the focus at all. That's not the goal. I don't want people in my house, to be honest. So whenever I get a place where I can have a separate room for podcasting or a separate or whatever, have an office space, an actual office space or whatever, then I'll look into that. But until then, nah, I'm good. On that note, and this is not me bitching, complaining or whatever, it's just stating a fact. There have been, trying to think. My mom's been in my house. Girlfriend Lexi's been in my house. I think my little brother's been in here. I think my stepdad's been in here. My aunt Carly, my aunt Shawnee. Kevin, Jake, Miley, Kendall. I think that's the only people who have been in my house. So I have 2 aunts, mom, stepdad, brother, 3 cousins, uncle who have been in my place. Everybody else has not. And this is not me bitching. I don't want people here. I haven't invited anybody over, but I'm just making an observation because nobody's asked to come see my place. Nobody's asked to come see what's up or, and I'm, again, not complaining. Fucking awesome. Don't ask. I mean, straight up not invited. So love you guys. But anyway. Reason why I bring this up is because I don't want people in my house, right? So even if I did have this shit and I had the table and everything was nice, these fucking armchairs, dude, then it wouldn't matter because I don't want people here. So yeah. Anyway, very random. What else we got? Oh, let's cover some business here. So the Daily Excellence newsletter, I think I launched that 2 weeks ago. I got 7 people subscribed. Matter of fact, let's see if anybody else is subscribed. If they have, it hasn't been from Instagram. It's been from the links in the podcast. So let's see. Still 7. And that's fine. That's awesome. So I haven't posted shit on there because I realized that that's quite a commitment to post something daily like that. Now, the idea is to simplify it and repurpose the content that I make so that it can just be filtered into the newsletter itself. But, and maybe this sounds shitty, but to put that much effort into doing something that has such low return on investment right now, I just don't think that's the best use of my time. So for the time being, it might just be the weekly newsletter, or it could just be something that I launch. That's what I was going to talk about earlier. I'm just going to have to, I'll gather emails. I'll do whatever. If you want to sign up, you'll sign up. That's launches. But I'm going to say that it launches later this year because that's just a lot more shit to worry about. And of course, I'm hyped up and ready to do this shit, but just more shit to worry about. And if I can streamline it so it only takes me maybe an hour max to get everything written, typed up, loaded, scheduled, then maybe I'll consider. But as of right now, it's just more shit that it's just draining my mental bandwidth, and I need to not focus on that. So that's what we're going to do. So the Daily Excellence newsletter is going to be the twice-a-year newsletter because I'm going to launch it later this year. But if you want to subscribe to that, hopefully if you're listening, you've been listening this long, you can trust me. I don't give a shit about whatever selling your information. I'm not going to do that. You can subscribe. The link is in the description of the show. It's the Daily Excellence newsletter. It costs you nothing. You just give me your email, and then when I send one out, you'll get it. It's that simple. So pretty cool. What else, man? What else? I would just like to say that Dr. Squatch makes very smelly good shit. Love it. Big fan. That's it for that. Also, I'm reading The One Thing. Let's see. Hold on 1 sec. Let me grab the thing. I'm reading this book. It's called The One Thing, and it's by... God damn it, dude. I don't have the thing on it. For fuck's sake. There we go. I'm reading The One Thing, The Surprisingly Simple Truth Behind Extraordinary Results by Gary Keller and Jay Papasan. And it's been... I like it. There's a lot of things in here. I'm reading it, but I think the fuck is going on here. But also, I read other things and I think, dude, so fucking simple. I'm just overcomplicating it. Did you guys just hear that? Oh no, I don't know if this chair is going to hold up. I just put all my weight on the side of it and I just heard cracks. Shall I test it out? Let's see what happens. Oh, did you guys hear that? Oh no. I'm nervous now. I don't want the arm to break. So the thing here now that I know that it makes noises and that I feel like it's going to break, I want to push it to see how far I can push it before it breaks, but I'll probably push it so far that it does break and then I'll be upset. So I guess we'll find out the hard way. We're going to leave it there. Anyway, so I'm reading the book. There's a lot of different things talking about willpower, how to use it to our advantage, how discipline works, how delayed gratification works. They've done studies. People who can delay gratification are much more successful, much better off, better hygiene, less bad habits later in life. And I think that shit's cool. And that's just pure science. They've done studies on kids who are able to delay gratification. Then they follow them over the course of how many years, follow back up with them, get test scores back, get academics back. And the kids who were able to delay gratification when they were younger are just fucking killing it later in life. And that's just so interesting to me. So yeah, reading this, doing a little bit at a time, feels good. Feels good just reading and just taking bite-sized info and just trying to think about it and implement it. Because I've gotten in the bad habit of just consuming, and not doing shit about it. And last year, the very end of last year was a breakthrough for me to start actually implementing what I learned. Because I think that's one of the biggest issues with people who are trying to be any kind of successful or build a good habit or change or build a business or go to the gym or whatever. You can read and watch all the videos about going to the gym and the best exercises and the best nutrition and the best timing for this and that and the other. But if you don't actually do it, it's just not doing anything. So again, that's been quite a breakthrough for me and I'm pretty pumped about that. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to segue right into the Allegiant Excellence Show. But in order to make this very, very easy for me, I'm just going to pause and click resume really quick. And I don't really know how to prove that it wasn't delayed much further. So you're just going to have to trust me. But that's kind of the idea. The reason why I'm pausing it in the first place is because when I save the voice memo, it's not going to be 2 files. And it's going to be tricky to separate. And I want to remain organized. So what I'm going to do is just pause. It'll be another voice memo. And then I'll just record that, take it, and use it. So that's the whole idea there. So without even thinking about it, what I'm going to do is pull up the shit here episode. I got an episode. It's called 10 Ways to Build Discipline. It's episode 10. Just kind of being clever there, I guess. So let's go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to dive right in. I don't have a really plan. Don't have a really plan. Don't really have a plan, but here we go. So I'm going to pause. What's going on, guys? My name is Bryson Sessions. Okay, I'm going to keep this error in there, actually, because I didn't even start a new one. I just kept going. Wow, what a dummy. Wow, what a dummy. So all I did was just pause and resume. That's the dumbest shit I've ever done. Okay, that's a funny blooper. And I'm going to keep it in there specifically so you can see that I fucked up. That's so funny. So now I'm going to pause, start a new one, we'll go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Allegiant Excellence Podcast. My name is Bryson Sessions. I'm the host, and I still don't have an intro. We'll figure it out. So let's just get right into it. I'll share the housekeeping notes. I'll share the weekly challenge with you guys at the very end of the show. It seems like that's what I'm doing now. I'll go over all the small shit that I want to talk about, all the housekeeping. I think that's what I'm calling it. I don't know. I don't know, and I don't care. We'll figure it out. But anyway, so with it being the 10th episode, I wanted to do something kind of clever. So I got 10 ways to build discipline you can use and you can implement into your life right now. I believe discipline is the core. It's the solution to all the problems that we face, all the things that we want. We just have to. I talk about this all the time, but it doesn't matter how great your gym is or how new your machines are or how amazing your workout plan is or how smart your trainer is or how whatever, if you just don't go to the gym. So the problem there is not the gym, the machines, the trainer, anything. It's the fact that you can't muster up the courage, the discipline to get off your ass and go. Therefore, having discipline to do shit that you otherwise don't want to do, that's how you do anything. And so with that small little explanation, that's what I believe in a nutshell It's just the solution to everything. I mean, I'm going to give you another example. It doesn't matter. I have a book right here. It doesn't matter how insanely value packed this book is. It doesn't matter who it was written by, how smart they are, how many life lessons, how much advice. It doesn't matter anything if I don't read it. And if I can't force myself to read it, then it's just a brick in my room. And I think that's just it, man. That's it. If you don't have the discipline to do shit, nothing's going to get done. So I don't know what else to say. Discipline's the key. So I got 10 ways, as I beat the shit out of my mic right there. I got 10 ways you can build discipline. So the first one is, and I'm diving right in. I'll go over the housekeeping shit later. So the first one is something I used to do when I was a FedEx driver. And I would run to a door with a box. And on my way back to the truck, I would say, I'm not going to stop running until I get my right foot on the bottom step of the FedEx truck. I'm not going to stop. And so sometimes the driveways are long as fuck, dude. And I'm thinking, holy shit, I don't want to do this. I don't want to run. I just want to chill or whatever. You know, people order 5 desks. You know, they go to the 18th floor, no elevator. And then the last thing I want to do, this is exaggeration for some dense motherfuckers out there. Then I run back to the truck. That's the last thing I want to do. I just want to catch my breath, walk back to the truck, you know, make sure I'm not dead, and then continue on with my route. But it's something that I used to do. I would just call out something that I was going to do, and I would do it. That's it. It's as simple as that. So I'm not going to stop running until I get to the truck. And I guess I should have called out what it is. But the first way you can build discipline is call out a variable, stick with it, and then acknowledge it when you complete it. So for me, that was, okay, I'm not going to stop running until I get back to the truck. And with all of these, I guess is anecdotal. I believe these things build discipline because you're calling something out that's relatively difficult for you to adhere to, and then doing it, and then immediately acknowledging it that you did it, and then I guess having a little mental celebration that, yeah, I said that I would and I did. I think those microscopic, tiny, itty bitty little things, I think those compound over time, because then you start calling things out in the future like, okay, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times this week, and you go and you do it, you know, rather than a 30-second thing earlier where you're running back to your FedEx truck. It's a very simple way to just call something out, say you're going to do it, and then do it. You can, for example, I have a book right here. I'm going to read a page right now, and I'm not going to do that, but that's an example. You just call it out and stick to it, or anything. I mean, I love my mom so much, I'm going to send her a text, let her know right now, and then you do it. And you say, holy fuck, dude, I said I was going to do it, and I did it. It's as simple as that. So it's the first thing. Call out a variable, stick with it, acknowledge it, have a little celebration in your head. Second thing is delay gratification. 5 seconds to days to months to years, whatever. So one easy way that you can do this if you're starting from scratch, if you feel like you have no discipline in your life, you're probably someone who eats fast food a shit ton. And if I'm wrong, I don't give a fuck. It's an example. So when you get your bag of food in your car and you're driving home, just say, I'm not going to have any fries until I get to my house. I'm not going to open up the bag until I get to my house. Maybe your drive is 30 minutes. Maybe your drive is 30 seconds. It doesn't matter. Just hold true to that. You know, I'm just not going to have any until I get home. Or maybe I don't know, maybe you are going to the gym and you say, you know what, I'm not going to listen to any music until I finish my workout, or until I finish this exercise that I don't want to do. Or, you know, I'm just not going to, I don't know, play my favorite video game until 5 o'clock, and maybe it's 4:45. Small little shit like that. You are literally working the ability to delay the shit that you want to do into your life by minutes at a time. And they've done research on this. I've actually just learned this in this book I'm reading. It's called The One Thing, where they've studied kids who have been able to delay gratification, and then they followed them later in life to see how they were doing. And I think the consensus was the kids that were able to delay gratification as a little kid they were in much better positions later on in life. They seemed to be better off financially, intellectually, had better relationships, I guess their life was just better off. And that was just their ability to wait to eat a marshmallow. That's it. And there's been different iterations, different studies, different whatever you want to call them, that have been done since then that still prove this to be true. So just delay gratification. If you really want to play a video game, it's 4:45, but all your buddies are on, I'm going to play at 5, and that's it. Just delay that. And you can do this with minutes, with seconds, with days, months, years. I'm not going to buy your favorite car until next year. You could have all the money in the world right now, but just delay it, And that doesn't sound practical to a lot of people. Like, why would I wait a month, or why would I wait a year to buy a car that I can buy just to prove to myself that I can? It's an extreme example. It just paints the picture. Do what you want to do. I don't give a fuck. Okay. So that's the second one. Delay gratification from seconds to years. Doesn't matter. Third one, commit to a tiny task for 30 days. No compromise. So this is from the Blade framework that I have introduced. It's on episode 3 of this podcast. You can go get it for free. You can go listen to it. I've got a whole ebook on this if you want it as well. Just DM me the Blade ebook on Instagram. I'll send it to you. There is also, what else is there? I got a post about it on my Instagram as well. So there's a lot of different avenues you can take if you want it. It's free. I'll never charge for it. I don't give a fuck. Matter of fact, shout out to Jaden, my client. He just finished the first round. He just finished Blade 1. And shout out to Andrew Nelson is it Nelson? He's got to be. Jaden Harris, Andrew Nelson. And if I got the names wrong, I apologize. But they completed Blade 1 this last week. Andrew completed it today, which is so fucking cool. And they are the first people to complete Blade 1. Now, Blade 1 is just the first cycle of the Blade, Sharpen the Blade framework. It's free. There's a handful of rules, but you plug and play everything into it that you want. You choose what you do. So if you want to learn more about that, it's episode 3. But anyway, commit to a tiny task for 30 days, no compromise. And when I say tiny, guys, I really mean tiny. Such as drink a cup of water first thing in the morning every day this month. Every day for the next 30 days. Nothing great, just drink a cup of water. That's it. What this does, it's not about the task itself, it's the commitment behind it. So by you saying, I'm going to do this one thing every single day for the next 30 days, you build proof. You build that confidence within you that, yeah, I said I would do this for 30 days straight, and I did. And I didn't forget, and I didn't compromise. I didn't pass off a teaspoon of water for a cup of water. I had a cup of water. And you could do this with anything. But specifically a tiny task, because a lot of people will say, oh, I can't go to the gym every day for 30. I mean, I would argue that's not a tiny task. It requires a lot of effort, that's a big task. But drinking a cup of water every day, that's about as simple as you can get. Or just something that's a little bit difficult, but is as simple as fuck, is to just not hit snooze. Matter of fact, it takes more work to hit snooze than to just not hit snooze. Meaning, so little, don't even have to think about it. You just do it. And I guess that's a bad example because it is very challenging. It's difficult, but it's simple. You just don't do anything, right? So just one tiny task for 30 days, no compromise. That's it. You just call something out. That's it. So number 4, this one's tough as fuck. And I wasn't even looking at the list, but I just talked about it. But get out of bed within 5 minutes of your alarm going off, or when you wake up, depending on what your schedule's like, every day. So right now, my Blade 1, which I keep on having to restart because I keep on fucking up. It is so frustrating, dude. Still on Blade 1. Matter of fact, today is day 1 because I failed yesterday. It's my 9th attempt. So I guess thank goodness that I'm practicing what I preach and I'm adhering to this hard shit. But it is so annoying that I have to restart yet again. It's all good. I'm never going to quit, never going to give up. But I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I think, dude, fuck this shit. I'm not doing the Blade. Fuck, stupid program. It is what it is. So if you want to do the Blade program, this podcast is being uploaded today on my day 1. If you hear it on day 1 today, then start with me. Just pick something and go. Episode 3. But anyway, out of bed. Oh, that's why I bring this up. So out of bed within 5 minutes every day. My crucible is to get out of bed, to set an alarm for 5 a.m. every single day. And I must be out of bed at 5 o'clock. If it's 5:01, I fail. And that's failed me 3 times. And on the days that I work, I have to get out of bed at 3:50. So I can get out of bed as early as I want, but I cannot be in bed at 3:51. And again, that one's failed me as well. And it's very frustrating because to think that my lazy ass couldn't get out of bed within however long it took me, that's some pussy shit. just get out of bed, you know? But with this specific example, get out of bed within 5 minutes of your alarm going off every day. That's it. So when your alarm goes off, have another alarm that goes off in 5 minutes. And when that one goes off, you get your ass out of bed. It's very, very simple thing to do, but it requires a shitload of discipline and grit to get out of bed, your warm, nice, cozy bed, when the last thing you want to do is just get up and start your day. But I promise you'll feel better. That's just one quick way to build. It takes less than 5 minutes. Matter of fact, if you want to argue, it would take less than 1 minute, 1 second, because that's how long it would take you to make the decision to get out of bed. So get out of bed within 5 minutes every day. Now, the fifth thing you can do is so simple. It's just tedious. It's monotonous. It's the same shit every morning. Just make your bed. Now, this is something that I used to do religiously, and then I stopped. And honestly, it's because I just never go in my room unless I sleep. So my bedroom, I only ever go in there when I go to sleep and when I wake up. I never go in there for any other reason. There's nothing in there that I need. I have my office space here, and I just operate in here. So I don't have to see my bed. It's not made. I don't give a shit. And so that's me. But it's a quick and easy way to build discipline, because when you wake up, I mean, if you combine 4 and 5, get out of bed within 5 minutes and then make your bed, kind of wakes you up, forces you to do one little task, and you can get this done in the first 3 minutes of your day. Not that making your bed has anything to do with success at all. It's just that you commit to doing something every morning, and you already start the day off with completing something that you otherwise didn't want to do. And you did it successfully, and it looks good. And you have that reminder every day. If you walk by your room, if you're going to your room a lot, hey, I made this. I did that. It looks nice. I like this. All right. That's that. Sixth thing you can do. No one's going to do this because everyone's a little pussy. Take a cold shower. Take a cold shower, especially here in Utah. Now that it's winter, I feel like the water is negative 5,000 degrees. Shit's rough. But I actually had a streak of 250 days straight of taking a 39-degree ice bath for 5 minutes. And I ended that on purpose because I wanted to sell the ice bath, get the money, and then help myself out financially, being straight up. So there's that. But take a cold shower. Just flip that to the coldest setting, or whatever's difficult for you. This is relative, right? If you want to get the biggest benefit, set it to the coldest setting and then play a song. When that song's up, you get out. Just put it on shuffle, whatever song plays, commit to that song, and then stay in there. Sometimes you'll get a song that's 2.5 minutes. Sometimes you get a song that's 4 minutes. Maybe you listen to Lorna Shore, some really good quality music. You get a song that's 10 minutes. All right, Pain Remains 3. Bam. It's a very simple way to do it as well. It takes no time, takes 3 minutes, because you're going to shower anyway, I'd really hope. So flip it to cold. One song takes 3 minutes. This one's a really potent one because the cold fucking sucks. So to stick with that for however long, if you just say 5 minutes or a song or 2 minutes or whatever, there's nothing easy about it. But it's only 2 minutes and it's so effective. Okay, so there's that one. And we got number 7. Hit the gym however many days per week. This one requires a lot more, especially if you're brand new. But if you've been going to the gym and this is something that you just do anyway, then this is no problem. Just go to the gym. But when you call out a number, it makes it a little bit trickier, because maybe on Saturdays something happens and you feel like shit. Sometimes you skip or whatever, but you can't skip if that's your 5th workout. You can't skip, because you got to go to the gym, because that'd be 5 per week. Say your weekends on Saturday, starts on Sunday, whatever. That's just something you could do. Hit the gym however many days per week. Pretty straightforward. Number 8, no matter what it is, if you start it, you must finish it, no matter what it is. But you have to call this out. Now, don't take what I'm saying out of context. Don't say, oh, I started as this pizza, I got to finish it. No shit. I'm not talking about that, dude. And if anybody pulls that shit on me, well, he said to finish everything I start. I started this goddamn 5-month-long Netflix series, and I can't finish it in one day. So what am I supposed to eat? Shit. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay. Dude, people are like that though. It's ridiculous. Anyway, if you start it, no matter what, finish it. So you start a book, you got to finish it. Call out how long it's going to take. Even be generous, man. I got this book right here. Again, just call it out. Yeah, I'm going to finish this book in 6 months. That's ridiculously long. That's ridiculous. But do it. And I guarantee you, when you're procrastinating the shit out of this and you got 3 days left, you're probably going to start reading. Just make a commitment, no matter what it is, to the thing that you start, and then just finish it. It could be watching a YouTube video. And this is real practical shit. The amount of times that I start watching a YouTube video that's maybe 8 minutes long, 3 minutes in, I get there and I think, no, click on this other one. Just finish it. Just finish it. If you're not entertained, then shit, you're gonna force yourself to focus build that attention span, get something from the video that you would have skipped if you clicked on another video, and just know that it just builds on. All these things compound, dude. Yeah, I said I would watch the rest of this video, and I did. I started it, I finished it. So you kind of build that reputation, that feeling, or whatever you want to call it, into your identity. So, don't stop mid-page. Stop when you're done reading a full page, or don't stop mid-chapter. Stop when you complete a full chapter. Things like that. When you're writing a letter or doing something at work, or you are, eating food, whatever, within reason. Again, someone's going to come at me with that shit. Just finish it. I mean, my hands are up in the air right now. That's it. Just finish it. It's just simple. Number 9, make a rule for yourself. Hold to it no matter what. So this kind of plays into everything I've said, but whatever it is, just make it a rule for yourself and hold to it no matter what. You could put a time limit. You could put a time frame. You could put a time of day. You could put whatever. So for example, I'm not going to be on my phone in bed. That's your rule, period. Follow it. That's it. Not going to be on my phone in bed. If I'm in bed, I can't have my phone in my hands, period. Just when you make these rules for yourself, just make them binary. Make them so cut, cold, black, white that there is no room for justification. For me to say, if I'm in bed, I can't be on my phone, period, that's it. So I can be on my phone all day long. But the moment I'm in bed, can't be on my phone. Not even if it's morning, not if it's night, not if I'm taking a nap, not if I'm folding laundry, just period. So that the more clear-cut these rules are, the better. Matter of fact, when rules go on and on and on, there's just so many loopholes. There's so much justification. If you just say, don't eat chips, there's really nothing you can go, just chips. Just you cannot eat. That's your rule, whatever it is. Maybe your rule is going back to the water thing. You have to drink a cup of water when you wake up and a cup of water before you go to bed. Or your rule is no phone in the break room at work. Or maybe your rule is when I work, I have to put earphones on so I'm not distracted. Or when I work, I can't have music. Or when I'm at the gym, I can only listen to this band. I mean, just stupid shit. It doesn't matter. Just make a rule and just hold to it. Maybe your rule is fucking insane. You read a book a week. Good for you. Maybe your rule is I hit the gym 7 days a week. Maybe whatever it is. The idea here is the rules are very simple, and they're more things that you have to be aware of. So if I see a piece of litter on the ground, I pick it up. That's my rule. If I see someone pulled off on the side of the road, no matter what, I pull over, ask if I can help. Whatever. That's your rule. And just hold to it, because the more times that you adhere to it, the more times you're going to acknowledge the fact, I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't have a rule. Then that just builds on so many different things, I mean, you feel great when you do these nice things for people. If that's one of your rules, send a text to a loved one or whatever. You'll feel good about that shit, I promise. And then the last thing is number 10, do one thing every day that you just really don't want to do. And this is one thing that I believe is a huge contributor to the very early baby success that I'm seeing in my life right now. Just committing to doing one thing every day that I just don't want to do. Right now, I'm working on developing my sales skills and all that. So what I do is I do a role play with ChatGPT, and I pretend he is my prospect, and then I am the coach, because I am the coach. And we'll just run through a phone call, see if I can figure out how I can help this guy out, see if my program can help, offer him the program, see if he thinks it's too cheap, too expensive, can't make time for it or whatever. And dude, I hate doing that shit, because I'm talking to some robot. I can talk to real people. There's no rule here. But just doing one thing that I don't want to do every single day. Sometimes that is taking a cold shower. Sometimes that is, finishing a gallon of water that 2 days ago, I started my gallon of water at 7 p.m. I finished it. Did I want to do that? Dude, hell no, I didn't want to do that. But I did it. And so these things just build. These just build and build and build on one another. So that's that. Just do one thing every day that you don't really want to do. And that's it. That's the whole 10 ways to build discipline. This is not 10 of the only ways. It's just 10 different things that you can take and implement into your life today, right now, after listening. Because I want more episodes on this podcast to contain value and actionable steps that you can listen to, and then also implement them the second this podcast ends. So the second that this ends, you can go make your bed. You can commit to a task for 30 days. You absolutely can delay gratification. You can make a rule for yourself right now. You can You can go hit the gym right now. You can do all these things today, right now. It's not like I'm giving you wisdom and advice. So when you buy your first Lambo, what you're going to do, I'm not giving you shit. Hopefully everybody who listens to the show gets a Lambo, okay? But the things that I talked about today, they're for today that you can implement today, right now. So, for example, number 8, if you start it, no matter what, finish it. So make a rule for yourself. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. When you start a podcast, and I'm not even trying to be funny, this is real shit. When you start a podcast episode, finish it. That's it. So if it's this podcast, great. Hell yeah. I mean, specifically, hell yeah. If it's another podcast that's 5 hours long, finish it. Because then you're going to build a habit of, shit, I started, I didn't finish it. I got all these half-listened to podcasts. I don't know where I should start. I don't know what they said. I'm going to restart. And it's just a vicious cycle, dude. Don't do that shit. Just commit, make a rule. That's it. Okay, guys, that's it. That's the show. That's all I got today. That is episode 10 ways to build discipline. And I've got the weekly challenge. I'm going to announce that in just a sec, but I do want to go over the housekeeping shit real quick. So if you want to stay up to date with some shit that I'm doing on Instagram, it's at bryson.sessions. If you are interested in the one-on-one coaching program that I have available there, the main focus is on physical fitness, nutrition, and bettering yourself physically, but there's a huge focus on the mental side of things as well, and that is through the Blade system. But if you don't want any of that, you can get the Blade system for free on episode 3. That's pretty cool. And then we've got the Daily Excellence newsletter, which is going to be launching later this year. If you want to subscribe to that, just plop your email into the box in the description below. Click on that, and then you'll be receiving those when they launch. And it's not a priority for me right now, but figure I'd launch it now, get that going, so that when it does launch, people are getting it, and I'm not just talking to the void. So there's that. There's a description. There's that form in the description below that has a link to go to a form. You can leave suggestions, feedback. You can ask questions. You can whatever about the podcast, and I'll answer them, and I'll get back to you via email, depending on what it is, or acknowledge, just whatever. Just kind of a simple way to remain anonymous if you so choose to make comments, suggestions, feedback. It's also a very simple way, if you're a hater, to send me some hate, make me feel like shit, make me feel sad. So you can do that if you want. There you go. And then the weekly challenge. So I wanted to alternate between a kind of a mental toughness challenge and then some kind of physical challenge. So this last week was drink a gallon of water every single day. And that challenge comes to an end tonight. Today is Saturday. So the new challenge will start tomorrow. So I am going to complete that one. So I'm going to be 100% on all the challenges. So just to recap really quick, we have the 1,000 push-ups, which is the last challenge of 2024. It's the first challenge ever. Then we have read a book, and then read a full book. That was the first challenge of the year. Then we have walk backwards on a treadmill for 2 hours total. That was the second of the year. Then we have drink a gallon of water, and that was the third challenge. So the fourth challenge, and this might not be a challenge for anybody, but starts Sunday, ends Saturday. No fast food. That's it. That's the challenge. So I'm going to leave it up to you. What do you consider fast food? You consider Chipotle fast food, or you consider that kind of a nice sit-down place? I would say anything under the umbrella of going to a place to get food like that, and it's ready within a minute or two, I think it's fast food. I wouldn't consider restaurants fast food. I wouldn't consider anything. What I will say is no matter what you get from fast food, that's going to be under the umbrella of fast food. So I don't care if you get a water, no fast food. That's the challenge. Now, again, these are meant to be tough. These are meant to be challenging. They're not meant to be any kind of whatever. Now, obviously, use common sense. If you're dying of thirst and you need water and the nearest thing to you is McDonald's, fuck this challenge. Get some goddamn water, okay? But you failed the challenge. So that's that. No fast food. No In-N-Out, no Wendy's, no Burger King, no Carl's Jr., no Jack in the Box, no McDonald's, no Chipotle, no Costa Vida, no Five Guys, no Zupas, no Burley Burger, no Patty Shack, no Handles, no Far's Ice Cream, no Baskin Robbins, anything like that. Dessert, burger, Chinese, doesn't matter. No fast food. You either go to a restaurant, sit down, spend time with loved ones, or you go to the store, buy some stuff, you cook at home with loved ones. That's the rules. No fast food. Get that shit at home, make that shit at home, or go to a restaurant, spend time with loved ones. That's it. That's the whole goal. No fast food. Starts on Sunday, January 19th, and it will get over on Saturday, January 25th. That's that. That's the challenge, guys. So if you're in, then you're in, and then do the shit. That's it. All right, guys, that is the show. That is episode 10. Hopefully you got some value out of the 10 different ways to build discipline. Some of these are pretty redundant. Other ones are kind of clever, but it's just ways to get better in life. So there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Share the shit out of the show to everybody you know, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace. All right. Well, that's it. That's the show. That's the Allegiant Excellence show. So just finished recording that. Now, splicing these together is going to be a pain in the ass when I'm editing them, but whatever. What else do I got? Yeah, so I recorded that. It was 26 minutes long. This is all one show in the episode 457, obviously. I don't know why I'm saying that. You're listening to it. You know this. All right, so that's that. So now that I've got this done, what I have to do now in the next 2 hours, well, about an hour and a half, because I want to get ready and stuff, is I still need to do a sales call role play so I can get that done. I need to get myself ready. Well, no, that's not part of the next hour and a half. In an hour and a half, I need to get my shit together as far as, I guess, kind of tidying up, getting in the shower, stuff like that. But I've got to do a sales call role play. I've got to write about this show, upload this show. I've got to write about the Allegiant Excellence podcast, upload that. And then that'll probably take me to 4:20. Yeah, by the time I finish this. No, I think it'll be a little bit later. I'm going to say 4:30. Then I think it'll help if I shower, get ready, get feeling nice, because I've been sitting at my desk all day. Do that. That'll take me 20 minutes to get, not 20 minutes in the shower, 20 minutes to wait for the shower to get warm, get in there, wash off, get out, dry off, get dressed, clean up, tidy my shit up, dry my shit off, boom, 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 20 minutes, okay? Eat a dick. And then it'll probably be closer to 5. Then from 5 o'clock to 5:30, I'll do my sales call role play. Then from 5:30 to 6 o'clock, I will prep for Lexi because she's coming over. And that concludes the work day. There's no more time in there to work on Mina's stuff, which I kind of feel bad about, but I'll get it tomorrow for sure. I'll get going on it tomorrow. Just don't like that I'm falling short on what our commitment. So I'm going to actually look at that right now. So if I'm looking here, so 1 hour, 30 minutes. So the total is going to be 7:20, 8:20. So the total is going to be 8 hours, 20 minutes. I'm going to put in parentheses here. Will make up on in. For fuck's sake. So I'm an hour and 40 minutes short, which is 100 minutes. So I wrote in parentheses, I'm 100 minutes short, will make up in week 3. Because I feel bad. But I'm one man, I'm doing what I can right now. So, ta-da. So I'm going to fix this in the calendar. I have a little sheet that I use. And that's that. So I'm just editing my hours, keeping track, timekeeping my own shit right now. Okay. So I'm going to put the date. Oh my fuck. Put the date in here. Okay. Now I'm going to get rid of all the, I just copied and pasted, get rid of those. Get rid of all these. Boom, boom. Okay, that's it. So now all my time is accounted for. We're good there. I can start week 3. And yeah, so pretty cool. I updated the... Oh, shit. I didn't... Just realized something. So in the podcast, in the description, I've got the amounts in the description below of my money. I'm keeping track of how much I'm making. I have to update that every day now. Damn. I don't want to have to do that, dude. I'll be honest. See, that's more shit I got to worry about. I'm going to take that out. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to worry about more shit now because that's exactly what I'm doing. So for those who might not know what I'm talking about, in the description now I have the business revenue tracker, and I put the total amount that I've made today and the total amount that I have. Now, because I copy and paste all this shit and I do it in bulk, I'm just one more thing I'm gonna have to pay attention to. I'm gonna try it out. Before I bitch about it, we're gonna try it out. So we have 850 plus 250. Okay, total is 850 since the 20th. So I made $850 in the last 28 days. Pretty cool. Actually, it would be more than that because I got. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3. 750. I made 1,000. Wait, no. No, this is right. Yeah, this is right because first client $100, 3 payments from Mina, 750, 850. Yeah, that's right. So in 2 days, I'll have the other payment of 250 from my first client come out. And this guy is not talking to me. He's not texting me back. He's gone ghost on me, which is so upsetting, man. I want this guy to succeed. You know, it just sucks, man. I don't know what else I can do because if he's not replying to me and he's not putting in the work, I can't. There's only so much I can do. You know, I slaved away to make this program, slaved away to provide the platform and everything and all the resources. He even said it was better than he expected. Yeah, he's not following through. So what can I do, man? I just, it sucks because I want to help him. And I know he could give me a banger testimonial selfishly, but you can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped, who's not ready to be helped, you know? It just sucks, man, because I've sent him multiple messages, just keeps leaving me on red. And it's so weird to me because I think, dude, you're paying for this, you know? I mean, I don't know. I just, part of me feels bad. The other part of me is like, hey, well, if you don't want this bad enough, then let me know when you're ready, dude, because you're in the program. Your time's clicking, you know? So just let me know when you're ready to work. But whatever. So I'm going to stand up. I'm tired of sitting down. Oop. Okay. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's it for today. I think that's all I got. Doing better with time management by keeping track of all my shit, putting it into Doist, putting it into calendar, getting all one document. So, I've been talking about getting organized for a while, and I actually feel like I'm doing that. Now it becomes a game of doing what is organized, you know, doing the things that I say I'm going to do. That's the game I'm playing now. So discipline, which is funny because I just recorded a whole podcast on discipline. That type of shit makes me feel like a hypocrite, and I'm being honest. So that's that. That's the show. It's an interesting one. I had to splice it all together, but yeah, we got episode 10 of the Allegiant Excellence podcast within this episode. So you have a little sneak peek of what that shit's like. It's the same exact shit as this. It's just, I'm trying to be a little bit more calm, collected, cool, not all over the place, following a script, you know, that's that. So you liked it, then leave a review. Guys, if you haven't left a review on the show, please do that. That shit helps. I'm grateful for everybody who leaves any kind of review or feedback. I've been stuck at 14 for months now. I'd like to think that there's more than just 14 people who listen to this consistently. I hope I'm wrong. All right, I hope I'm right when I say that. But yeah, if you haven't left a review, go ahead and do that. If you haven't left a review on the Allegiant Excellence podcast, that would be super helpful too. All you have to do is grab it on your phone, click the little button on there, click 5 stars, 4 stars, whatever you think I've earned, and that's that. So anyway, that's the show. Love you guys so much. Peace out.